Alrighty, we are going to get started in child's pose at the back of your mat. So open your knees wide, bring your big toes to touch, stretch your hands to the top of your mat, and rest your forehead down. Begin to just notice your breath here, your inhales and your exhales. Start to draw in air through your nose and let it go through your nose. Find a slight constriction at the back of your throat and connect with your Ujjayi breath. Might sound like ocean waves, should be audible. I encourage you to use this breath throughout class today to build heat and create space from the inside of your body. If you ever become too warm, you can return to your normal breath or open mouth exhale. If you would like to set an intention for your practice today, now is the time to do so. Your intention can be a word, a person, a mantra, a phrase, just something to keep you focused and in the moment. If nothing comes to mind, I offer up this affirmation which speaks to your solar plexus chakra. It says, I am motivated to pursue my true purpose. Staying with your Ujjayi breath, begin to introduce light movement into your body. Wiggle out your toes and fingers. You can sway your hips side to side. Maybe lift your palms on and off your mat. And continue to check in with how you're feeling both physically and emotionally today. Inhale through your nose. As you exhale, walk your hands up and over to the right side of your mat. Your hands might need to come way off your mat for you to feel the stretch in the left side of your body. Try and drop your left shoulder square to your mat. Ground your left hip. Breathe into your ribs. Inhale, walk your hands through center. As you exhale, crawl your hands up and over to the left side of your mat. Ground your right hip, square your right shoulder down. Use every inhale to expand your ribs, stretch out right side body. Inhale, walk your hands through center and rise to all fours, tabletop. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, separate your knees, hips with distance, and press the tops of your feet down. Inhale, drop your belly, slide your shoulders down your back as you lift your gaze up, cow pose. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, round your shoulders, lower your gaze to your mat, cat pose. Inhale, cow pose, stretch your belly down, lift your tailbone, look up. Exhale, cat pose, press your mat away, dome your shoulders. Continue to flow through these cat-cows to the pace of your breath. Inhale for cow, exhale for cat. Feel free to add in any other intuitive movements here, anything that feels good in your body. Maybe you sway your hips side to side. You can flip your palms to face the ceiling and stretch out your wrists. Take whatever movements feel good here. No rules. Just explore a little bit. Start to take your final movements here. And on your next exhale, find a neutral tabletop. Inhale, float your right arm all the way up, open your chest. Exhale, thread your arm under your body, lower your cheek down to your mat. You can crawl your left hand forward to the top of your mat or loop your left hand behind your low back, whatever feels better in your body. Breathe into your shoulders, give yourself a few moments here. One more exhale. Inhale, return your left hand under your shoulder. Press yourself up, completely unwind. Exhale, release your right hand down. Inhale, other side, float your left arm high. Exhale, thread your arm under your body and lower your cheek to your mat. You can crawl your right hand forward or loop your hand behind your back. The side of your body might feel a little different, so honor yourself wherever you're at today. Keep your glutes high in the air, stack your hips over your knees. Breathe here. Inhale, place your right hand under your shoulder, press yourself up, unwind. Exhale, release your hand down. Inhale, walk your hands forward a few inches, tuck your toes. Exhale, Adho Mukha Savasana, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Take a moment here in your first down dog to find movement. You can bend your knees one at a time. Maybe lift and lower your heels to opposite sides of your mat. Wherever you're at, however you're moving, make sure you spread your fingers wide. Relax your shoulders down your back, away from your ears. Keep your feet hips width distance, maybe even a little wider if you feel extra congestion in your hamstrings or your low back today. One more exhale here. Inhale, look forward to the top of your mat. Exhale, walk your feet up to meet your hands, ragdoll. Soften your knees, hang completely heavy here. You can shake your head yes and no to release tension from your neck. Maybe bring your palms to opposite elbows and sway side to side for additional movement. Use every single exhale to release your chest closer to your thighs. Hang a little heavier. One more exhale. Release your hands down to your mat, forward fold. Inhale, slide your hands to your shins or your thighs, halfway lift. Press your hands actively into your legs. Feel your weight shift forward. Flatten your spine, draw your shoulders back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, soften your knees, round yourself up one vertebrae at a time, all the way to standing. Your head is the last thing to lift, and when it does, sweep your arms over your head, mountain pose. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, circle your arms over your head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, plant your hands, step both feet to the back of your mat, high plank. On your toes or on your knees, exhale, bend your elbows, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, pull your heart through, baby cobra, upward facing dog, or high cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, send your hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale, float your right leg high to the sky, square your right hip down towards your mat, flex your back foot. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Plant your back heel, sweep your arms over your head. Press into the outer blade of your left foot to square your hips to the top of your mat. If your hips don't quite square all the way, you can widen your stance here or just twist your chest the remainder of the way. Lengthen your tailbone down, relax your shoulders. Big breath in. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Turn your back foot to parallel, maybe even angle your left toes slightly inward. Open your arms wide, roll your right knee open to breathe into your hips. Your gaze can be over your front middle finger. One more exhale. Inhale, straighten your right leg, reach forward. Exhale, triangle pose. Drop your right arm down, left arm high. Try and keep your shoulders and your hips in alignment. Use your core to hold yourself up. You can always bring a block under your right hand for support here. Decide where it's comfortable to look, where to direct your gaze. One more exhale. Inhale, use your core, pull yourself all the way up. Point your right toes inward so that your feet are parallel. Exhale, hinge from your hips all the way down, wide-legged forward fold. Soften your knees here. Your hands can come to your ankles or down to your mat. Release your head down, maybe give it a good shake to make sure all of the tension is gone and your head is hanging heavy. Breathe into any resistance you feel here. You can always walk your hands underneath your body for a more active stretch, or bring your hands to your ankles and pull yourself down. Take what you need here, whatever feels good this morning. One more exhale. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, crawl your hands back to the top of your mat. Keep both hands to the inside of your right foot, runner's lunge. As you exhale, lower your left knee to your mat and untuck your back toes. Pull your right hip back, square yourself forward. Decide if you'd like to stay, or on an exhale, release down to your forearms on your blocks or on your mat. Let your gaze fall to your belly button, hang your head heavy. Breathe into it. One more exhale. Inhale, rise to your palms. Place your left hand on your block or your mat, right hand on your knee. Exhale, press your knee open. Allow your foot to come onto its outer edge. Relax your shoulders down. Option to stay, or if you would like to add the quad stretch, kick your left heel towards your glute. Reach your right hand around for the pinky toe side of your foot. Find the resistance and breathe into it to create space. What would it feel like to have your breath flow through that area of your body? Help to open things up, release. Exhale, release your back foot. Inhale, come through center. You can move your blocks to the side. Heel toe your right foot all the way across your mat, pigeon pose. Lower both legs down. Take a moment to find where you're comfortable. You can always use a block to pad your right glute here. Option to stay lifted, or for a deeper stretch, on your exhale, you can fold yourself down and forward to sleeping pigeon. Once again, hang your head heavy here. Breathe into any resistance you feel. Try and open up your hips. One more exhale. Inhale, crawl your hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee, and send your right leg high, three-legged dog. As you exhale, open your hip, stack your right hip on top of your left. You can roll out your ankle, maybe take big knee circles. Option 2, flip your dog for wild thing if it's in your practice today. And in your own time, when you're ready, find your way back to downward facing dog. Big breath in. Exhale, release to your knees. Untuck your toes. Crawl your hands forward. Let your forehead find your mat, puppy pose. Keep your glutes high in the air, stack hips over knees. If you want an even deeper stretch in your upper back between your shoulder blades, pull your head through so your chin is on your mat and your gaze is forward. Breathe into the back bend here. Inhale, rise, walk your hands back to tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog, send your hips high. Inhale, float your left leg high. Exhale, step between your hands. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Sweep your arms over your head. Plant your right heel this time. Try and square your hips forward. Notice any changes on this side of your body. Keep your core tight. Open up your heart. One more inhale. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Turn your back foot to parallel. Open your arms to a T. Stay active all the way through your fingertips. Try and roll your left knee open so that you can see your big toe, maybe even your second toe. Inhale, straighten your left leg, reach forward. Exhale, triangle pose. Drop your left arm down, right arm high. Engage your core here. Try and keep your chest open, hips open. Maybe lift your gaze towards your left hand or anywhere else it's comfortable. One more exhale, stay strong here. Inhale, use your strong core to rise to standing. Pivot your left toes in so your feet are parallel. As you exhale, release your hands behind your back for the bind. Inhale, press your heart forward, soften your knees. Exhale, hinge from your hips all the way down, wide-legged forward fold. Let your arms continue over your head for a deeper stretch in your shoulders. You can press your palms actively together to deepen your stretch as well. If you feel a lot of resistance in your shoulders, you can keep your hands closer to your low back or just release the bind if it's not serving you today. Really try and open up your hips and your hamstrings, front side of your shoulders. One more inhale. Exhale, release your hands down to your mat, wide-legged forward fold for a second and final time. Notice any changes this time around. You might have more heat in your body, maybe a little bit more space. You can take a passive stretch, maybe ragdoll arms. You can bring your hands to your ankles, pull yourself down. Find what feels good. One more exhale. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, crawl your hands to the top of your mat on the inside of your left foot. You can bring your left foot to the upper outer corner of your mat. Exhale, lower your right knee down, untuck your back toes. Square your hips forward. Decide if you'd like to stay or release down to your forearms for a deeper stretch. Hang your head heavy. Feel your hip flexors stretch. Open up. One more exhale. Inhale, rise to your palms. Place your right hand on your block or your mat, left hand on your knee. Exhale, roll your knee open, spiral your foot open, relax your shoulders down. Option to stay, or you can kick your right heel towards your glute and reach your left hand for the pinky toe side of your foot. Wherever you're at, keep your spine long, shoulders relaxed. Exhale, release your back foot. Inhale, bring both hands through center. Move your blocks to the side. Exhale, pigeon pose. Heel toe your left foot across your mat. Lower your shin down. Option to pad your glute here. Really try and square your hips forward. Decide if you'd like to stay, or on an exhale, fold your chest to your mat for sleeping pigeon. Hang heavy here. Breathe into any resistance you feel. Your left glute, your hips. Inhale, rise to your palms. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee, and sweep your left leg high. As you exhale, open up your hip. You can take whatever movements you took on the other side. Maybe roll out your ankle, make big knee circles, or you can flip your dog for wild thing here. In your own time, find your way back to your last downward facing of class. You can pedal it out one final time. Lift and lower your heels. Acknowledge any final shifts. One more inhale. Exhale, lower your knees to your mat. Swing your legs around either side of your body and roll onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. You can rock side to side. Maybe roll out your knees for some additional movement. And on your exhale, find stillness. Inhale, wrap both hands around your right knee. Lengthen your left leg long. Option to keep your hands around your knee, or you can grab your big toe with your peace sign fingers. Exhale, extend your right knee towards your right shoulder. Maybe even lengthen your leg for a really deep hip opener. Keep your hips, your head, back and shoulders all down on your mat. Breathe into it. Inhale, bring your knee back into your chest. Exhale, supine twist. Guide your knee over to the left side of your mat. Lengthen your right arm long. You can turn your gaze towards your hand before closing your eyes. Inhale, untwist, come through center. Exhale, pull both knees into your chest. Inhale, wrap both hands around your left knee, lengthen your right leg long. Option to grab your big toe here. Exhale, pull your knee towards your left shoulder, open up your hip, maybe even extend your leg straight for a super deep hip opener. Breathe into the resistance. Notice the changes on this side of your body. How does it feel in this moment? Inhale, bring your knee back into your chest. Exhale, supine twist. Guide your knee over to the right side of your mat. Lengthen your left arm long and hang heavy here. Use every exhale to deepen your twist. Wring out your insides. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, pull both knees into your chest. Take a couple of breaths here, maybe roll out your knees. Option to stay where you're at, or you can pass through Ananda Balasana, happy baby. Separate your knees wide. You can grab the inner or outer blades of your feet as you send your feet towards the ceiling. Stack your ankles over your knees as you pull your knees wide. Breathe into your hamstrings and your hips. Maybe you stay still. You could sway side to side if that feels good. One more opportunity to grab your big toes and straddle out your legs to an open V. Notice how it feels in a supine position versus wide-legged forward fold. Take any final movements your body's still asking for here to close out your practice. Anything that feels good. Inhale, pull your knees into your chest. Curl your forehead up to your knees. Take one more sip in. Exhale, extend your legs long. Open your arms to a T, palms face up. You can close your eyes. Release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Relax your jaw. Get out any final fidgets. You can walk your shoulders underneath you, wiggle out your toes and fingers. Then give yourself the next few moments to be still. Completely relax. Let your mat hold you here. Final Shavasana. Begin to deepen your breath. Bring awareness back to your body. You can reintroduce some light movement here. Wiggle out your toes. Brush your thumb up against your other fingertips. Roll out ankles, wrists. You can let your head rock side to side on your mat. Inhale, stretch your arms over your head. Good morning stretch. Maybe you point your toes. You can interlace your fingers and press your palms towards the back of your mat to really lengthen. As you exhale, bend your knees, roll onto your favorite side, fetal position. Take a breath here to reset. Inhale, use your free arm, press yourself up to any comfortable seat of your choice. With your eyes still closed or with a soft gaze forward, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale through your nose, reach your prayer hands over your head. Open mouth, exhale. Lower your hands back to heart center. One more time, inhale, reach your hands high. Open mouth, exhale. Lower your hands to heart center. Bring your thumbs to your third eye in the middle of your forehead. The light in me honors the light in each and every one of you. With gratitude, namaste.